Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 1.21% to 16,849. Ethereum is up 2.22% to 1220. The next FOMC meeting is about 40 days away. We can see that the probability of a higher than expected rate increase is incoming. The probability of a 50 basis point increase in the FFR, or the federal funds rate, has gone from 31% yesterday to today 34.1%. The question is, what is driving this statistically? We can see that the GDP month-on-month came in as expected, 0.1%. The core PCE price index month-on-month came in as expected as well. People are getting more optimistic that inflation has been beaten. We can see the change in core PCE price index is going down at the moment, and consumers' year ahead inflation expectations have also been coming down. When people look at these headlines, they get understandably excited. The Fed's going to pivot. We've analyzed Jerome Powell's words extensively, and that is not what's on the horizon. And we can see US new home sales unexpectedly rise. November report marks the first back-to-back monthly gain this year. Housing price increases have been a definite problem with PCE. Oil is set for the second weekly gain amid the US freeze and Russia's warning that it may cut crude production by as much as 700,000 barrels. China estimates that the COVID surge is infecting 37 million people a day. Unfortunately, China's C-19 statistics have never shown up in official data, not really. For example, if 37 million people per day are getting infected with C-19, that would show up in the world statistics. So let's look for it. And remember, this is 37 million people each day. That's 259 million people in a week. Let's have a look at the weekly new cases. It's not even 259, it's 3.6 million. But what we do see, areas surrounding China are getting heavily infected and they are reporting their cases. Japan, over 1 million cases in the past week. This is actually important to understand from a financial and economic perspective. If the world's factory closes down again, it's going to create supply shocks. That's going to fuel inflation. We look at the global map each and every day because it helps us to understand price moves in waves globally. Looking at the main markets from the past trading session, what we actually see here is yields starting to go up. This is the market pricing in increased federal funds rate movements. We can see that oil shocks have increased the price of oil, and that is also inflationary. One thing that we need to keep our eye on is the VIX. The VIX is starting to turn around. It's in a bit of a retracement mode, but if it gets going, the VIX can really spike up, and it can spike hard. We can see that the Nasdaq came down. We can see also that gold came down just a little bit, and it's trying to consolidate, and the dollar is starting to show that it wants to go up. Junk bonds are also looking weaker. When we investigate the SPX or the S&P 500 through the application of the CTKS Method Standards, we can see that this support area that we've been talking about for quite a period of time has actually been very nicely obeyed between 37.66 and 38.27. The SPX is currently 38.40. If we actually turn around from here, that's a fantastic sign. That's the best case scenario that we could ask for. If we start to come down into deeper negative territory, 36.26 to 37.22. This is still just a higher low. It's not a negative for the market to come down. But if it breaks through and it starts to play into this 35.31 to 35.59 area, that's when we might start to worry that we're getting negative momentum. But so far, so good. The CTKS method is the standards-based process to reveal smart money buy and sell levels from any price chart. I want to look at Tesla and Apple for you now. Tesla has been selling off really hard, but what has happened in terms of Tesla's market structure? And this is what the CTKS method is all about. Smart money buys and sells at structural levels. Retail investors and traders buy and sell on emotional levels. They're very different. You can see Tesla had a lot of support around this 174, but when it actually broke it, the next level down was 130 and 30 cents. But the next major level below that is 104.71. So Tesla is in effect coming down because there's such a lot of fresh air here. There's no real safety nets to catch Tesla's price. Now I'm going to compare this against Apple, and when you look through the markets, you need to look at as many charts as you can. Looking at Apple across the same period of time, we saw a very powerful smart money level, buy level at 131.66, and we said there's a lot of support underneath Apple's price, and that should hold Apple, and we need Apple to hold because Apple is critical to the market. And this is where a knowledge of market structure is a game changer. And we share these charts each and every day, well, pretty much so. And the concept is, when you look at market structure, if there are not a lot of safety nets below the current price, for example, if we were looking back here and we were saying, oh, there's all these safety nets below Apple's market structure, and look at how those safety nets actually catch price. But what if those safety nets are not there? If the safety nets are not there, you can see what can happen. And this happens all the time in the markets. That's why marking up your charts with the CTKS method is an investment in your own investment. If you're not inside the Masterclass, because Masterclass students, you get the CTKS method free in LV26 and LV27. But if you're looking to join the Masterclass, please note that there's a 28-day lag until those sections actually open. And the Masterclass is very expensive because it's very valuable information. To help people out, we've actually separated the CTKS method outside of the Masterclass. It's available just directly to learn at www.ctksmethod.org. And what you'll actually see, there are two levels of certification, level 1 and level 2. In level 1, you learn all the fundamental basics and you get a certificate of completion. You don't get this inside the Masterclass for level 1 or for level 2. Marking up charts can be onerous, and you can spend a lot of time marking up a specific chart. If you want to join the CTKS method service, that's where I mark up the charts for you, so you can look more broadly across things. And if you want to lock in a Say No to Jerome Powell, very special price of $39 per month for the service, you only need to register here, and that locks in your discount. And that price will never ever increase so long as you just keep the service active. It's like buying Bitcoin at $1, and you'll be getting the institutional grade level of the service, the very best. It can literally take hours to mark up these charts, and you need to keep them current as well. But when you understand market structure, you can look at something like this and say, wow, Tesla had very little market structure below it. And remember, this is not recent price action. This is marking up all of price action, and only the CTKS method does that. And you can see here how Apple had a very similar structure in terms of what it was doing. It was selling down, but it was getting caught by support levels. This is where the smart money stepped in and bought. Turning our attention to the crypto market, total crypto market capitalization is currently $771 billion. Turning towards the options market, it can give us some degree of understanding where price might be headed. And we saw from the options market that we expected price to come up and then to retrace. So we've seen a moderate increase just up to this level. So it's been a fairly good signal. And we've seen a fairly reasonable signal come out of the options market on a day-to-day basis. So where did the options market tell us that price is going tomorrow? The indication for tomorrow is that we're going to come down to 16,500 and probably stay there for a day or so. When we look into the longs and the shorts, we can see that the shorts have been flattening out. There's not a lot of confidence right at the moment with the shorts, but the longs have been definitely coming in. They're gaining more confidence. But when we look at total liquidations, it's been a crazy low amount of liquidations, just about 16 million across 5,311 trading positions. That's absolutely tiny. And when we look at the past 24 hours, total liquidations about 65% short. Don't forget, it's a really small volume. Past 12 hours, about 57% long. Past 4 hours, 92% short. Past hour, about 82% short. But when we look at the volumes, they're really tiny volumes. Most people are just off enjoying themselves. In crypto news, Caroline Ellison apologizes for misconduct in the FTX collapse. She said, "I'm truly sorry for what I did. I knew that it was wrong." I'd like you to keep something in mind. This particular chart, of course, it's Bitcoin, but what is the blue line? That's the S&P 500 futures. From your understanding, would you say that the S&P 500 is moving in alignment with Bitcoin, or Bitcoin is moving in alignment with the S&P 500? What do you think? Please let me know in the comments. It's important because I'm going to show you a story now. Bitcoin price ignores US PCE data at 16.8K as Bitcoin rejects volatility. It's simply not true. Bitcoin's gravity is actually following the stock market's gravity, and it's always been this way. The problem is that people don't see statistical relationships. They expect things to match one-to-one. Stock market goes up, Bitcoin goes up. Stock market goes down, Bitcoin goes down. If it's anything less than that, they're simply not following each other. They've decorrelated. Statistically, that's not the case. Inflation data is literally driving the stock market at the moment, so it's really important to have an independent perspective. What you will find is a lot of analysts use, 99.9% of analysts use recent indicative price, or RIP. And it's called RIP because it's where you rest your money in peace. If you do not use objective dynamic market structure, if you don't know where the true support and resistance lines are in the market, you'll go into Tesla thinking just like it's Apple or something, but it's not. It has its own particular market structure. So what happens is people, when they analyze only recent price action, they create a lot of stories, or SBA, story-based analysis. Story-based analysis will result in your money being lost. Why is that? Because the fairy story of price can be looked at from so many different angles. The markets are incredibly complex. But what you actually need to do is to see its market in its full glory, and the only way to do that is to understand objective dynamic market structure, where the smart money is leaning in, like we saw with Apple, or where it's not existent, where we saw with Tesla. And does it take time? Yes, it can take a lot of time to mark up a chart, but is it worth it? Well, that really comes down to how much money you want to lose if through you're not actually understanding where the structure is in the market. If you understand where the structure is, it is a game changer, but it takes a long time to want to know this kind of information. When people are new to the market, they literally treat the market with entitlement. They're absolutely, utterly entitled to a result because they work so hard for their money. Everybody goes through these phases who is a professional. But the question is, you're not entitled just because you turn up with the money. You're cannon fodder for somebody who knows what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, You are going to pay. And of course, when people lose the entitlement, they then get angry. And of course they get angry because they were sold on the concept. It's all easy. You don't have to put any work in. You don't have to put any effort in. What thing do you know of life where you don't have to put effort in and you'll reap fantastic returns and rewards? Is it when you're studying to be a doctor, studying to be a lawyer, a dentist, a computer technician, a computer programmer, an engineer? Every single discipline requires hard work. If you're not prepared to put in the hard work, don't be prepared for the returns. They're not going to be there. And a lot of people will say, oh, Ken, I just want to do nothing and sit on the beach and sip margaritas and just get millions of dollars. Life doesn't work that way. You must be active. And it does take a lot of time to understand these things. Carolyn Ellison, former CEO of Alameda, confirms that she borrowed billions of dollars from FTX customer deposits, knowing that it was illegal. And of course it's illegal. People have pointed a finger at crypto and said crypto is dangerous. Crypto is not dangerous. People are dangerous. Greedy, self-entitled people who don't care about other people, and they're very, very easy to spot. When you understand positive excellence, if you come across the complaining and moaning type, the self-entitled people in Zone 1 and Zone 2, please do whatever you can to avoid them. When you see entitlement out of CEOs, you can kiss your money goodbye. And it doesn't matter if it's in the crypto market or in the stock market. It doesn't matter where it is. Entitled people destroy other people's lives. And they want to because they're entitled. Please let me know, how do you spot an entitled person? CryptoBiz, contagion engulfs Bitcoin miners as the bear market continues. The miners have been under a lot of pressure. And this week, as we've read out in past news stories, mining company Core Scientific filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Greenridge, another miner, received $74 million in debt restructuring. We have to be aware of miner capitulation because it could push Bitcoin down if they're forced sellers of Bitcoin to cover their costs. This is really important to understand. And NFTs have become legally sanctioned by the US election agency as it approves the use of NFTs as campaign fundraising incentives. Crypto is here to stay. It's just the big players want a way to get a piece of the pie. That's it. That's why they give so much negative press, because they want some. And when they get it, all of a sudden, crypto will be really, really safe. And they'll say, everybody come into the crypto market. It's fantastic. And we already know it is, because crypto is actually Web 3.0. It's the next generation of the internet. It's the internet of value. Turning to the greatest gainers. In the top 100 over the past 24 hours, Mana out in front, Kava, Lunacy, LDO, San, Near, and Osmo. The greatest losers in the past 24 hours, Chain, USDN, Monero, Tron, HT, ICP, and Leo. Turning our attention to the top cryptos, we can see Bitcoin currently down 0.16%. This particular time frame gives us a really good look under the hood of the crypto market. Just pay particular attention to what Bitcoin's price momentum is doing. Now we're going to overlay that across other crypto projects. Look, as Bitcoin came down, what happened to ETH? What happened to BNB? What happened to XRP? What happened to Doge? You can see it playing out to the downside and also to the upside. When Bitcoin came up, what happened to ETH? It came up. What happened to BNB? It came up. What happened to XRP? It came up. What happened to Doge? It came up. You're going to see this all the time. If you have a beloved crypto and you're not paying attention to Bitcoin, you're costing yourself a lot of money. One thing that we always see, the alts are beautiful because they over or underextend Bitcoin's gravitational pull. I've just put the stable coins in there for your information. We were looking at Binance's liquidity and making sure that they didn't depeg on all the FTX saga news. We can see so far BNB and Binance have weathered the storm quite well. One thing that we do see XRP is underextending the losses and overextending the gains in Bitcoin's directional movement. It's showing a lot of strength here. Go XRP. And XRP winning the SEC case, well, Ripple winning the SEC case, is incredibly important for all of crypto. It doesn't matter what side of the camp you're sitting in, and there's so many sides of the crypto camp, but the concept is, if XRP is deemed a security, that's a problem for the entire crypto market. And XRP and Ripple are fighting the good fight at the moment. Everybody benefits from what Ripple is doing and what XRP is doing. We can see Doge just moving in gravitational alignment. Gravity is an incredibly important concept in crypto. We can also see that BUSD market capitalization, that's Binance's stablecoin, continues to fall down. It's not recovered. We can see that ADA is following Bitcoin's gravitational alignment at the moment, and so is Matic. And I wanted to say thank you to all the people who reached out yesterday and said, as part of the service, can we get these particular crypto projects in? Please let me know what you want, because I want to provide it if I possibly can. And of course, it doesn't just include crypto. It can include stocks or bonds or yields or whatever that you would like. We can see the DAI stablecoin had a bit of a blip here. We'll keep our eye on that. And when we look at DOT is following the alignment in terms of Bitcoin's gravity, but it is weaker. Come on, Gavin, get it together, man. What about Tron? It's starting to look weak, and it was looking very, very strong before. Tron can often herald changes in the crypto market. It's good to keep your eye on Tron. Please let me know in the comments. What do you think about Tron's behavior? Have you noticed anything interesting? And what about SHIB? You can see SHIB has been following Bitcoin's gravitational bias, but not with the same degree of strength. What about Litecoin? Litecoin continues to be a strong project. Let's just keep our eye on what's happening with Litecoin. Solana is still coming down. Please let me know what you would like inside the service, and thank you so much, Al, for your recommendations. Thank you also to J-Link for your kind comments. Empathy and love usually go together. They help create strong and quality relationships with family members and friends and lovers. They play important roles in bringing inner and outer peace. Empathy is the exact opposite of entitlement. Thank you very much, Layla, for letting me know what you would like to see inside the CTKS Method service. And please, everybody, keep them coming. And well done, Tiana. Every day from the time I started the masterclass, I have an aha moment in something I'm trying to understand. That's so great, my friend. Thank you for sharing. And thank you to TSP, Chainlink, and the Graph. And Beardy said a really important point. Kevin O'Leary blamed the FTX saga on Binance. It said that Binance caused FTX to go under. Clearly, that is not the case. And Beardy, I really agree with you. Kevin did a very major disservice to himself. Great guy, but he shouldn't have said that. And of course, Merry Christmas to everybody. And thank you to Dinesh. Every day there's something to learn. And to Dinesh, thank you very much for your recommendations, my friend. Into the future, the service will literally cover all the top movers, everything that you've got here, Dinesh. When we start, we need to be selective. That's why I want to get everybody's input on what they would like to see. And in time, we'll expand things across to capture everything that our community requires. And a big thank you to Dina as well. Please let me know in the comments what you would like to see covered. I'll do my very best for you. And hello, Yaya. The CTKS methodology and psychology is by far the best to profit from uncertainty. Thank you, my friend. And thank you also to Dai. And a big thank you to Kacharia. Empathy and love are essential for success, no matter in which area. Empathy and love help us to react according to the current situation, and it's really vital to have it for oneself. Without that, we cannot give it to other people. We'll only give entitlement. It's either empathy or entitlement. And Kacharia said, I think we should not forget about the metaverse coins. And you were right, my friend. A lot of people are going through life setbacks, and just a big warm hug to Mellow Cryptic, who's been recently missing in action due to C19. Get better soon, my friend. And I know a lot of other people have been suffering, so our heart goes out to everybody inside our beautiful global family. Get well soon. And John talked about empathy and love combined are the foundations of kindness. When empathy and love are not present, kindness is not present. But what is present? It's conflict. And conflict always comes from entitlement. And what creates entitlement? Blame and jealousy. Positive excellence builds your self-esteem, says Sinman. Self-love creates greater love, empathy and appreciation for everything around you. It's so important to have empathy and kindness at a time of year like this. Many people are going through horrendous life setbacks at the moment. Those setbacks ultimately make you stronger, but when you're going through it, you don't feel that way at all. And for people experiencing joy and happiness, that's beautiful. That's what it's all about. I think it's really important to get out of Zone 1 and Zone 2 as quickly as possible. And a lot of people who live inside Zone 1 and Zone 2 don't even know they're there. The question becomes, how would you help a person who's living from entitlement and blame to get out of those areas? That's the greatest Christmas present we could ever give to somebody stuck inside Zone 1 and Zone 2. I'd really love to hear your comments, and I look forward to reading them. Part of the CTKS method is the CTKS Creed, which primes our mind for profitability and happiness in life. These are a series of positive affirmation statements you just say to yourself. They're important because they get rid of fear and install courage. Acting on fear creates the fear. We don't want to do that. We need to act with courage, but also knowledge. Here is the creed. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. And I never let a problem beat me because I solve it with positive excellence. If you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.